Sing Chow, everybody. Welcome to a little bit of an update or a webinar on the recent Traveller's Choice meal that we had to the Mekong. Today we've got something really special. So joining me are Angus from Emerald Cruises and, of course, Nicola from Traveller's Choice. Welcome.
Sing Chow, Sing Chow.
Sing Chow.
They've just returned from hosting, as I said, that stunning Mekong river cruise aboard the beautiful Emerald Harmony. And we're going to hear all about it today, what makes the ship so unique, some of the highlights of the journey, and why it could be your client's next dream trip. So first things first, how was the cruise? Give us a bit of a snapshot of really what it felt like stepping onto the Emerald Harmony for the first time. I know you've got a formed opinion, Angus, but Nicola, from your side, talk a little bit about your first impressions.
Well, unlike many customers and probably members, they may have done quite a bit of river cruising, but for me, it was only my very second time on a river cruise and my first time in Asia. And I have to say, when we sort of transferred out from Ho Chi Minh City and within minutes we're on the river, and Emerald Harmony was there beaming, pristine and just, awaiting us with that city backdrop was just absolutely gorgeous. So I knew that we were in for a really wonderful treat, and it absolutely didn't disappoint. But it was just an awe-inspiring moment when you arrive in just this glorious piece of river cruise ship that's just gleaming in the light and ready for you to onboard her. Was just beautiful.
It's a very impressive vessel indeed, Angus, and I know you know firsthand a lot of attention to detail has gone into making that first experience doing step on board.
Totally agree, Rob. I mean, that was my fourth time, and I've taken my family on personal trips. So, as everybody knows, Scenic Group has some amazing experiences that we have. I was lucky enough to be on Eclipse on a personal trip beforehand, but ended up hosting a great Traveller's Choice agents and network. Hello to my mates that went cruising with myself and Nick. It's Angus with a G, as we all know. So I really do have to say that this is my favourite cruise. It actually rates as high, if not higher, than some of our luxury, ultra luxury 6-star. And I think Nicola and the team got to see this. The great thing about her, she's a small ship with space. There's only 84 people, and there's a lot of space that if you would like to mingle and mix, there's the bar area. But if you want to find a quiet area in air conditioning, there's the great observation lounge. And then also there's the pool area. But like Nicola said, I think the highlight here for me is always the sail away or sail into Ho Chi Minh City, and knowing that we didn't have to jump on a bus or do anything to come in and out. We could just come straight to the heart of the harbour and straight into the heart to go through. From that side of things, it is a great way to start your cruise or to end your cruise. The other thing about it that's really unique about this is going through a canal that was built in the 1850s by the French, which only Emerald Harmony really does. There's a few other ships that do it, but really there's only a handful of ships. And going through that canal where you can just fit two ships in, and swapping from the Mekong to the Saigon River into Ho Chi Minh Harbour is a highlight in itself. So, yeah, Nick, what did you think that day?
I think also I was quite taken aback by the enormity of transferring between different rivers and how those rivers operate, and the work that went into place to make sure the ship was ready to go under that first bridge. That I thought, oh my God, are we really going to get under it? And there's the guide on there, and he's literally got half a head to get under that water. It was just spectacular, and the video footage and the passengers all around the edge wanting to capture that moment, and then transfer into the broader river. It was just amazing. I thought that was really cool in itself.
And Nicola, the other thing about that is we actually got to do it with the captain taking us through the canal. We were sitting on the bridge or in the front of the bridge. I will say we were relaxing, maybe sunbaking a little bit, some of us, but it was a little bit hot. But we were up on the bridge watching him do his stuff. We could actually stand there and watch him, and he was talking and making sure that other boats are going this way and that way. it was something, again, unique to ourselves
Yeah.
and us, is to actually be available to go and sit at the bridge and watch the whole thing work.
And to be fair, I've never seen a river that's so active and busy. And when we were lucky enough in Ho Chi Minh City, we went on a Vespa tour, and we referenced how hectic that was, and how busy that river is, and how they navigate that space, and actually being able to experience that on such a luxury vessel like Emerald Harmony is really unique. And that in itself is just an exciting part of the itinerary.
Yeah, going back a step there, Angus, into Ho Chi Minh City, certainly you've discussed it from your personal experience, which sounds very exciting, but from those sort of thinking about the guest experience, what kind of difference does that make for a guest? Is it a time saver, or more immersive, or just more convenient being in Ho Chi Minh City?
It's those three, Rob, and I can say that with hand on my heart, with my krama on, to say it's those three, Buddha. It's the whole idea that you're only around. We use the Sheraton, nice property, a very nice property in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City for Emerald cruises, and you're only, and again, my friends that travel with it, you're only 15 minutes away from the port. And it is a hustle and bustle, but you're actually 15 minutes. You jump on the bus, and next thing you know, 15 minutes later, there you are, right in the middle of town, and being delivered to your luxury ship. What happens with others and other things is you actually have to go out about an hour plus to go out and meet the ship. And the reason is we've built Harmony so we can fit under a few bridges in that channel. So it's not just convenience, it's also time saving, and it's starting your experience early and getting on with it, or ending your experience if you're coming down the other way and finishing up in Ho Chi Minh City. So when you're finished, you can actually go to our hotel and maybe enjoy a couple of more days in Ho Chi Minh City, or go and do your own excursions, and you've actually got a longer and better cruise experience. You're not unpacking, you're not worried about sitting in a coach. So it is really, really convenient, and really does start your experience or ends your experience on a high.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Angus talked about the luxury on board, and when we talk about the design and comfort of the ship itself, let's talk a little bit more about that. A lot of people are really curious about the comfort on board. What did you notice about the design and the size of the cabins on board the Harmony?
And again, from my limited experience, I was blown away. And I would say there's a few key things for me that really stood out. One of them was the brightness. You've only got a certain amount of space on the ship, and whilst it's got a really good space ratio to passengers, you certainly don't feel as though you've got someone on your shoulder every minute. Sometimes I often thought, where is everybody? Because there was so much space. But the brightness is beautiful. The style, I think, really talks to the Australian market. It's very comfortable. It's very minimal. The cabins themselves, I have to tell you, the bathroom size, Rob, it's pretty much as big as my bathroom at home. And that was a shock to the system, because I was expecting a little cupboard. But it's extremely spacious. The amenities are all there for you. And, for us women who like to travel with all the essentials, you don't have to pack much, because they have everything. So, the hairdryer is fantastic. There's nothing worse than a hairdryer that blows a little blowout. It was brilliant.
The idea, Nicola, that you can slide your case under the bed.
I know.
So you don't even have to worry, where am I going to store this? Out it comes, under the bed, close it up, disappeared for 8 days.
I think it's really good that you mentioned that, because once you do unpack, you don't feel as though you're falling over everything. You actually feel as though you're just enjoying the space. And that space is, the comfort of a couch, the comfort of a chair, a really nice coffee table.
The couch.
I know, the couch.
We had Sue, we're asking us about the couch, Rob. Where can I get this? Because I'm going to take this home and see if I can use this design for my for at home.
Because it was so comfortable, so spacious, and really good in a smaller space. But no, it was fantastic. Pillow experience, all of that was absolutely beautiful. I think for me also, one of the captivating views and really smarts of Emerald was to include the infinity pool, so that whole landscape. And I noticed the passengers on board really gravitated to, you get in a pool and you cool off and you jump out and you have a drink, but they felt really relaxed to sort of hang at the back of the pool and just talk to people and, experience the view while still enjoying the lifestyle of a resort style lifestyle on a river ship, which I thought was really clever.
Yeah, and it is all those fine things, those personal touches and attention to detail that's been made on board, but it's also the service level as well. I think everybody would agree in the industry, service makes or breaks a cruise. How did the crew measure up from your perspective on Emerald Harmony?
Well, what blew me away is obviously, so when you are on board for the first day and the captain's there, AB's there, and he's introducing himself, and literally, you've got half a dozen people welcoming you. You've got a beautiful warm towel to, wipe yourself, a cool towel, a welcome drink before you then sort of cascade into, checking yourself in and getting, like, just that whole experience is lovely. And you think that's a one-off. But no, every time you get off the ship, they're there to farewell you. When you get back on the ship, they're there again with a nice cold towel, a refreshing drink that changes every day. So everyone was like, oh, what's the drink of the day today? And then everyone, within a day, I don't know how they know it, but they know your first name. They know your routine. They know your drink order before you even get to the bar. They know if you're a coffee or a tea person or what were those drinks that you were drinking, Angus, in the morning? The energy juices.
The energy shots.
The energy shots. If you wanted one of two of those.
That's only because the Traveller's Choice agents enjoy having a drink at night after dinner and talking about what we did for the day and fixing the whole travel industry like we did every night. But yes, I needed those shots every day.
But they don't miss a trick, Rob. Honestly, it's a talent, it's a skill, but it's done in such a way that's seamless, effortless, and really felt meaningful and warming for the passenger. I certainly felt that experience.
Yeah. And I think I can do the sales pitch, but Nick said it all. But I will say this: when we put the ship away for COVID, for the C word, and then brought the ship back, we had 99% of all our crew come back on both Scenic Group, come and stay and come back onto the ship. They treat this ship as if it's, and I know everybody hears this and all this, but they do, and I know that Nicola can sort of back this up. They treat this ship as if it's their home. Every morning they are making sure it is wiped down. At 5 o'clock in the morning, you can see them up. But they all came back out of COVID to come and work on Harmony. I've seen a lot of them 3 to 4 times, and they're still there coming back season across season. That says something to me around what their passion is. And the other great night we had where they do a wedding. They do a Cambodian wedding, do a Vietnamese wedding, and even a Myanmar wedding. And the couples and the staff get dressed up and they talk about what it's like dressed in traditional wedding outfits. And again, you could see how proud they are. We don't need to do this. This comes from them. So that's sort of what I can say without doing a whole pitch. That just proves the point that what Nicola was saying.
And it'll come as no surprise to those listening in that it's one of the reasons, I think, time and time again, they're voted one of the highest rating staff that we have on our cruises around the world. So
I'm not surprised, Rob, not surprised. Hey, and the flip side of that is they absolutely know how to have a good time. If you think of the 80s disco night, which I was blown away, and they've got no qualms whatsoever, but know how to have a lot of fun with each other. And you can see they've got a really fantastic relationship on board.
Yeah. Now, from that personal experience, it wasn't just yourselves on board?
No, we had clients on board. We had other guests from around the world, predominantly Australians, New Zealanders.
On that front, what it's always good looking beyond the lens, I guess, from the travel agent. What was the kind of feedback or that you were getting from guests and their experience on board?
Yes. Yeah, I it's always a tricky one when you're on a trip like ours and you have customers. You want to give them their space and respect, but they're always just as interested to talk to you as well, which is really nice. And I met some amazing people. a lot of them coming into early retirement. So this is them, having that travel experience. So that sort of gives you a bit of an indication of the age demographic. But what I will say is one lady in particular caught my attention when she said, you know what, I really like the pace on this ship. And I said, oh, what do you mean by that? She goes, well, I can kind of relax when I want to relax. I can have all the local experiences, but I'm not forced to go on the tours. And whilst I know I've paid for them, if today I don't feel like it or it's not the right thing for me, they're happy for me to stay back and I can enjoy the ship. And, she was crocheting or doing what she wanted to do. It was a new talent for her because she wanted to try and leave some legacy pieces for her daughter and her granddaughter, which I was blown away. I thought she'd been crocheting her entire life, but no, she'd only just picked it up the last year. So I think that says it all. Everything is there at your fingertips. You can experience absolutely everything and or do it at your own pace.
Yeah, that's really important. That's really important. That's Emerald Cruises. It's the freedom to explore. We'll take you to some great places and great experiences, like you can see the blessing in quite an amazing temple. That just doesn't even show the temple. But at the same time, if you just want to enjoy the ship or just have some downtime, find your place. That lady was amazing. She was happy to sit, look at the views and just crochet, put her legs up on the couch and just crochet and enjoy it, feel home. And we had some younger people, and we did have younger, I think. Nicola, you were saying that. I didn't expect to have an age. I expected a little bit older as the demographics. Yes. We had some younger people that would be up at the gym with some of us in the morning, get out there, walk, do their stuff, and then relax as well. The integration is great on Emerald Cruises in regards to the how people feel and how they enjoy and how they mix. It is awesome.
All right, challenge for you, Nicola, having experienced it all.
Yes.
Now's the tough bit, or not so.
Okay.
Not so much so if we go through what we've discussed over the last few minutes. If someone was considering a Mekong River cruise, why would you choose Emerald Harmony to be that pick?
Oh, look, it's a really good question. And I know our members will be eagerly sitting on the edge of their seats ready for my words of wisdom. And I would say to you, if you are looking to experience Vietnam and Cambodia and have a personal experience with the locals, ensure that you're having some relaxation, because we know a lot of people work hard and they look at their holiday time to find that relaxation. But also, I don't want to be sitting on a beach all day. I want to have some local experiences. Oh, I do want some relaxation. I kind of want the comforts of home. I'm telling you that this experience with Emerald Harmony will tick all of those boxes. And actually, Angus and Rob, I would say to you that the people that we should be marketing are, to me, not yet retired or just coming up to retirement, because I often think amongst our friends and the people that I discuss river cruise with, we'd love to do it, but we think we're too young for it. And I think this Asian product is just ideal for that, 50 plus, young 60s who want to try river cruise. And there's that, the mindset of I'm not quite ready yet for river cruise. I'll do that later. I'm telling you that this Vietnam Cambodia experience is something that you should do right now. And you will not be disappointed. The local experiences are overwhelming. I know, obviously, for this itinerary in particular, the killing fields is something that people want to experience. It's very emotional. And for many, they were unsure what that day was going to be like. Well, I can tell you that the tour guides are so empathetic, they're so warm, they're so understanding, they're very calming. And whilst it was quite a moving and emotional day, I can tell you that you'll want to experience something like that with people who really understand it. But you then obviously then come back to the comforts of your own home. And, they're really good. You have a debrief on the coach. So, you sort of go through those emotions of what it's like. And there's history in Vietnam and Cambodia, and a lot of people go to these destinations to experience that history. But to do it on a river cruise and have all those amenities at your fingertips and still be able to enjoy some of that downtime and relaxation that everyone's looking for when you take time out of work, I'm telling you, this is top of the list.
Oh,
How was that, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did it
I'm
better than I
leaving.
think myself and
See you,
Angus
Rob.
can do it.
Bye. I'm
Sorry,
going,
that
guys.
was off
See you
the
guys.
cuff. I hope it was okay.
No, it was. Look, it is a truly elevated experience
I
on
think
that.
the
And I
other thing
think that was encapsulated well. Angus,
from a
on
business
the
point of view, Rob, from a business
yeah,
point of view, that's really interesting because I think it's if you want to look at pure, first to river cruising. This is a great way. And guess what? It's not a 12, 15, 24-hour flight. For everybody, it's a quick flight up at 8 hours to go and do 7 or 8 days as almost for an intro to river cruising, a taster. And once you as a business owner can get people on and say, wow, I enjoyed river cruising. It wasn't what I expected. I loved it. I started in the Mekong. Then you can grow your business for your river cruising into other areas and hopefully do it with Emerald Cruises. Sorry, Rob, I'll let you keep going, mate, but that was just
no, that was fine. And from a campaign side, there's a bit going on there for those that are interested in finding out some more information and some amazing offers and deals we've got coming up.
Yeah, well, the great thing about it is that we're partnering up. We've got the great getaway coming up for Emerald Cruises on the 7th of June and the 14th of June. Half hours dedicated episodes on our Mekong River cruising. We have David from Getaway. Dave from Getaway, who was the survivor, one survivor, and he's just actually won quite millions of dollars if everybody's on the socials saw that. He is hosted up there. He keeps his shirt on this time. He is a model, but the last episodes we had, he took his shirt off in the Caribbean, and everybody enjoyed that. But David's been up there on the 7th of June and 14th of June, half-hour episodes on what we've just experienced and what Nicola's talking about and what I'm talking about. Now, we have partnered up together with Traveller's Choice, and we'll also be running a campaign that starts on the 2nd of June and goes through to the 11th of July. We have some media, some press that we're going to do. We'll be on TV. We'll be on Getaway. People will be starting to ask, what about this? We then are working very hard with the Traveller's Choice team in headquarters team. We have a campaign set up. Nicola will talk in a second about how that works on that side. We're doing some press. So from about the 14th of July or around the 7th or 14th, we have some press in your local areas. We've looked at where your local areas is and trying to be in those right areas with press. All call to actions go towards Traveller's Choice, and you have an exclusive extra benefit of save another $250 per person to book through Traveller's Choice. And Nicola, what are you doing from your point of view? You've got your own channels. You'll be doing some other things as well here.
Look, it's no surprise to our members that when a campaign comes to market with Traveller's Choice, they are flooded with resources and information. And of course, we've got our national sales team, our BDMs around the country, who are well briefed on the campaign and are there to support you every step of the way. So it's important to engage. Our team will be talking to you about the campaign. If you've got some opportunities to work more closely with the campaign, we'd love to help and support you with all the resources and the tools that are available. And I would just say to members, if river cruising is something that you are invested in and you have not tried Asia, then this is the ship to try it with. I must say the ship itself delivers above and beyond to give such an exceptional experience for this destination. I can't tell you enough. But also I'd say to you, if you're not sure about river cruising and you just want to, start to promote it and you're not quite sure where to start, Asia is a great place to start. And for many, it's a new experience for them in river cruising because they'll have done Europe and they may not have considered Asia. So there's some great opportunities. It's a great campaign. There's some good tactical value adds for the customer, which is a great teaser. And then, of course, you'll have all the tools and tips available for you that the marketing team so lovely put together. And the best thing is the BDMs are there to support you. So all we have to do is put your hand up. Obviously, our team will reach out to you, but you've got a great opportunity to be involved in a good campaign that should give you some future customers, repeat customers, and if it's anything like the staff and their stickability to staying on board, you'll get them back time and time again. So to Angus and Rob and all the team at Emerald, thank you so much for partnering with us. We appreciate all the support that you'll provide to our members on the ground, so thank you in advance. And collectively, I hope everyone around Australia at some point in their life gets to experience that ship because they should.
It's that easy. Nicola, Angus, thank you both for sharing your insights. It sounds like
Akun Tom Tom, Rob. Akun Tom Tom.
Tom.
Big thank you from Cambodian.
That's right. Well, as I said before, it sounds like Emerald Harmony offers, or I know it does, offers a truly elevated experience for the Mekong. Certainly one worth considering for anyone who loves that mix of luxury, adventure, and of course the culture. We wish you all safe travels on your next adventure, and bye for now.